Hello everybody, Josh12 back here again with another video, and I'm here with my official review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 34. Now, of course, if you haven't seen this episode, please go check it out because this review may contain spoilers. So, with that being said, let's get into the newest episode of Dragon Ball Super. Now, last week was a very interesting week. We got some twists and turns, some complex story points, and the beginning of the tournament. We got to see Goku versus Botama, which was meh, and then we got to see Goku versus Frost, which was what the fuck. And now we're into the next portion of the tournament, which is Piccolo versus Frost. Now, overall, a lot of people were speculating as to how Frost beat Goku and how Piccolo's gonna do any better against Frost. Goku lost, sadly, but now it's time for Piccolo to kick some ass. Yes, I have been waiting for Piccolo to truly kick some ass for a while now. We got to see that with the movie Resurrection F, which was epic and awesome, and then we got to see the Super version, which was not awesome. And now it's time to see Piccolo actually do some awesome stuff. However, does it live up to that nature? To that hype? Not really. To a certain extent, it's kind of a lackluster fight, in my personal opinion. I mean, granted, Piccolo kind of sort of wins to a certain extent, but overall, Piccolo versus Frost wasn't as epic as what I wanted to be. Granted, I will admit, to a certain extent, Piccolo did fight, he definitely had a strategy, and he definitely had some interesting points that he was definitely on the defense when it came to his fight, and I will admit that there was some cool portions in said fight, but overall it wasn't as epic as what I personally wanted it to be. I mean, Frost was really just going out there blasting shit, kicking ass, punching down Piccolo, fucking him over, and really just didn't live up to the nature of the hype. I'm just saying, I just really was hoping Piccolo was gonna, grab Frost and, do a Godzilla moment where he just grabs his ass and just, does a special beam cannon right up his fucking ass. That's something I really was hoping he could have done. I mean, granted, that's a little too graphic for the kids. That's a little too much, but I'm just saying, I wanted that. I just needed something like that. Something similar to that. We could have got that, but we didn't get that. Because, Dragon Ball Super is kind of like PC to a certain extent. So, who the hell knows? But overall, I just wanted something like that, and we didn't. Overall, Frost, we get to learn some very interesting points about his character, and how he actually defeats both Piccolo to a certain extent, and Goku. And it's a mixed bag on my part. I mean, for me personally, I was really enjoying this new good guy version of Frieza, even though it's not Frieza, it's, the Universe 6 version of Frieza, but, oh my god, it was very shocking to hear that this whole time he was cheating. So, I guess, not even though he's not Frieza, he's still a fucking lying piece of shit, so there is that. Granted, when you compare this episode to last week's episode, it doesn't really make that much sense story-wise, or at least writing-wise, because there's a portion where when Goku's fighting Frost, and Goku's obviously winning, Frost has a moment where he says to himself, I think, in an inner monologue, he says something like, I can't let the kids down, I need to help them, I came to this tournament to help them, or some said shit. But, if he does that if he says and does that kind of stuff that we saw last week, then why in this week he's a fucking piece of shit liar, and he's staring everybody down with a menacing look, Frieza style? That doesn't really make that much sense, character-wise, but overall, at least character development-wise, but overall, it was interesting. It was definitely very twisty, topsy-turvy, if you will. It's very M. Night Shyamalan style, except good M. Night Shyamalan, not crappy M. Night Shyamalan, so I'm okay with that kind of shit. And, it's just very interesting how this tournament's going. I mean, when we got to the first episode, I was really thinking, oh my god, this tournament's gonna go fast, and it's gonna be so easy, but now that we're getting deeper in the tournament, things are getting very heated up, and very, very interesting, so, and compelling as well. I didn't expect the tournament to be this interesting and compelling, but overall, the Piccolo versus Frost stuff, which was whatever, it was cool to see Piccolo do his thing, it was cool to see him do some interesting tricks and moves and stuff, but overall, I wish he was more technical. Regardless, Frost did beat his ass with his secret weapon, which was this, this part in his body that I guess he's stuck in some kind of paralyzing, venomous spike inside of his wrist or whatever, which Jocko actually, caught on to, which was very cool. It was nice to have Jocko do some interesting stuff. I'm surprised that none of the gods realized this, or at least the gods on Universe 7's side, because they are fucking gods. I mean, like, Whis, what are you doing over there? Come on. And Beerus, like, obviously he doesn't give a shit. All he cares about is, like, either my team wins or fuck everyone else. That's pretty much his, kind of like, his method when it comes to this tournament. I mean, like, come on, he really wanted to kill Goku for losing, but overall that's just the way it turns out. But Jocko, caught on to Frost's little scheme, his little weaselly fucking scheme, and he fucking almost got destroyed by Ciampa there for a second, which was really cool. I'm just saying, it's very interesting to see how each, team is really reacting to Frost's methods here. His little weaselly little methods is really cool and fun. I mean, Ciampa, for a second there, he was like, I'm gonna blast his ass, he's done. And then fucking Vegeta comes in, he's like, no, fuck you, fuck that. I never got to kill Frieza because, Toriyama didn't let me. So you know what? I'm going to kill his ass now. It's not the real Frieza, but it's close enough. And I'm going to kick that ass. I'm going to beat that ass. I'm going to annihilate that shit. I'm going to put all my frustrations from the day I was like 7 to this asshole right now. I'm going to beat that ass. He got a spike. I know now. I'm going to tear off that arm. Fucking android fucking style. I'm going to tear that shit up. I'm gonna blast his ass to oblivion. At least that's my hopes. That's my hopes that Vegeta's thinking. But overall, Vegeta versus Frost is next week. Very interesting stuff. Overall, this episode was awesome. I mean, I loved it. I mean, the deeper we get into this tournament, and the more, episodes in we get into the Ciampa arc, is just more badass and issue. I mean, like, I keep saying this, but I really wish Toei Animation started with this saga. It was the superior saga to start off on. I feel like they shouldn't have done what they did with Battle of Gods. I mean, granted, there were some interesting moments and episodes, but this was the saga and the story arc to start off with. This was where you should have done it, and they're killing it. I mean, granted, we can sit here all day and bitch about the animation artwork sucking, which it did to a large degree in this episode, but regardless, it was just really badass to see shit go down in this episode. I mean, Frost, we learned he's a piece of shit, he's a liar, he's a weasel, he's a scam artist. We got to see Piccolo kick some ass, even though he kind of got fucked over. We got to see Jocko and Vegeta fucking call bullshit. We got to see the tease of Vegeta about to kick that ass. We got to see Ciampa be a little asshole, as always. And of course, we got to see a really nice, touching moment between Goku and Chi-Chi, which was awesome. I'm just saying, I know Chi-Chi gets a lot of shit, and I know she gets hated by almost everybody, but come on. It was just nice to see at the beginning of the episode, regardless of the Goku Frost bullshit, it was just really nice to see Chi-Chi, like, run across the tournament and, like, just go and see if Goku's alright. It felt like a good, really nice throwback, if you will, like a really nice throwback to, like, Dragon Ball, where, Chi-Chi was, like, at Goku's side during his fight with Piccolo Jr., or, Piccolo, the one true Piccolo that we all know and love today. It was a really nice throwback to that, so it was very highly appreciated. I wish they could have, like, had a moment where they kind of kissed. I don't know why, but I just was really hoping that they at least, like, kissed. It would have been a nice treat, along with the, nice moment together, but whatever. It was still cool. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. I know a lot of people at the end of the day will still not like Chi-Chi and have specific problems with her, but I don't. I mean, this episode was awesome. It was fucking awesome. It was very cool, and my final verdict for this episode has to be a solid 8 out of 10, and the only reason I give it an 8 out of 10 has to be because Piccolo vs. Frost was awesome, even though I wish it was a little bit more epic. And it was really cool to see Frost come out as a weasel / douchebag. And it was really cool to see the tease of Vegeta about to slap that ass. And it was also really cool, just touching moment to see Chi-Chi and Goku, like, confront each other a little bit at the beginning. I thought that was really nice. I really, really appreciated that. And it was a nice throwback to Dragon Ball. Really cool. And overall, it was just a really good episode. Granted, there was some stuff that was kind of like, now that we're past the manga, like, you can tell that the anime is starting to slow down kind of a little bit. It's starting to take its time now Now that they're past the manga, they have that momentum to like take their time. So you kind of feel that it's not as fast paced as the last couple episodes. So, but overall, great episode, very fun, very entertaining. But let me know what you personally think in the comment section below. And plus, we got an interesting teaser for next episode. And Hit, I'm telling you folks, I said it last week, I'm gonna say it again. Hit, he's on another level. He's gonna fuck shit up. He didn't even do that much. He just stood there with his eyes open, just looking at Frost like, you fucked up. It's done. He's the shit. I'm telling you that if the opening intro of said show does not teach anyone anything, is that Hit is a badass. And he got some very interesting moves and techniques and powers and abilities up his sleeve that I can't wait for. I mean, granted, there's the little Saiyan kid, and then there's the giant robot, but who gives a shit about them anymore? It's all about Hit. We need to see that guy do shit. I want to see him based off the teaser. Next episode, we're going to get that. So, overall, very interesting stuff there. This episode was awesome. Piccolo vs. Frost was cool. The revelations between Frost being a weasel / asshole and how he defeated Goku and Piccolo was very interesting. And how the tournament is developing overall was very great. But let me know what you personally think in the comment section below. That's been my personal final verdict and review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Shameless plug time. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jonch12. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Jonch12.